So I just received my Durston Kawkwa 55 backpack, and I thought I would just do a quick initial impressions of it. All the specs are on the website. If you're looking at this video, you've already been to the website and you've seen all the specifications. It's very well detailed there, and there's also some good reviews out there. So these are just my initial impressions as I see it for the very first time, and get to feel what the fabrics feel like and the overall size of the pack and so on. So I got the 55 liter because currently I'm using the Osprey Exos 58, and I wanted to get another pack that carries, even though I like the air ventilation on the backing with the mesh on the Osprey, I wanted to get something that carries the weight a little bit closer and maybe can carry weight a little bit better, because this can carry comfortably up to 40-45 pounds according to the website and some of the reviews, just because of the structures of the frame and the way the frame is situated with a non Durston sticker. The way the frame is situated so that it fights against barreling if you overload the pack. So here it is, wrapped in plastic. Very cool. Figure out how to disconnect everything here. It's about what I imagined. I haven't had any like modern fabric type backpack before. It's actually a little bit softer than I thought it would be, which is nice. Zipper pockets, yeah, those are nice. The quality is really good, the stitching is really good. I don't see any defects in any way. As you probably heard, this is made in a very high-end factory. And Dan has good quality control, so excellent. As you can see, probably on the website too, it does taper up from the bottom to the top, so that if you needed to carry larger food carries or even a smaller bear barrel, you can do that as well. Anyway, looks good. Happy so far.
A little update on the Kakwa 55 now that I've had it out here for I'm at the end of a 3-day hike, and I'm really happy with it. I wasn't sure what I was thinking at home, just wearing around the house and packing it up, but now that it's broken me in, and maybe I've broken it in a little bit, I'm quite happy with it. So my number one comparison is my Osprey 58 that I had before this, and so a lot of my observations are probably going to be the same for any kind of pack where it's riding a little bit closer to the back. So number one, it's not as hot as I thought it would be. The Osprey has a lot of ventilation there. I haven't found this to be too much of a problem, and it was getting up into the high 20s Celsius here. The pack is really comfortable. It carries the weight really well. It was only 3 days of food, so it wasn't a huge load. And definitely my fatigue feels a little bit less with this pack. I think because the weight is being carried closer to my back compared to the Osprey that I have the generation before the current generation, and it bows out quite a bit, so the weight is pretty far from your back, and the mass of the pack, because of the width of it, is carried a little bit different as well. So I find my fatigue is really good with this so far. Hip belt pockets work fantastic, really easy to open, very functional for snacks and different things you need on a trail. This works great for the bear spray, and I just have bug spray and a bunch of other little things here. The back mesh pocket, decent enough size. I might have preferred that it has a little bit more stretch to it to pack a little bit more in there, but it's a good compromise. I think it's functional. One of the things I'm most happy about is the drink access. It's so easy to grab your water out of here. As you can see, I'm carrying a hatchet because I was doing some campsite work and I just improvised something here. So overall, I'm really happy with it. The Ultra fabric is holding out well. Got a lot of trees here with sharp branches sticking out. I've scuffed up against a lot of them, and as well as some rocks during some scrambles. And it's held out perfectly. Yeah, very, very comfortable. No complaints. One minor thing that I need to figure out is the top of the frame. It's a frame that mounts like this, right? Where the sleeves are for the mount, there's some squawking going on, similar to the way the Osprey did that at the bottom of the frame down here. So I gotta figure that out, and it's different today than it was in the other days, I think because my load is shifting and maybe I don't have as much food and that kind of thing. So I need to experiment to find out how to eliminate that, and I'm sure Dan might pipe in with some tips in terms of how to minimize the squawking, particularly when you're moving different angles and stuff and shifting. So very, very happy with it. I'll do a longer term review down the road, but for now I'm extremely happy. So great pack and good job, Dan. Awesome. Two things I forgot to mention is the big side pocket on the opposite side from the drink pocket, or at least that's how I'm using it. I stuffed my tent in there instead of having it in the main compartment. It works well. It's just a one-person trek and pull tent, and I've got my sit pad in there as well. Also, the little side pocket there shares space with the volume of the overall pocket, so you can't put a lot in there, but it's very handy actually for small things. Like I put my bug net in there, so when I need to take it off and put it back on, that sort of thing, it's very accessible there. So you can put small things in there, so it's still handy. Anyway, really enjoying the pack. It's awesome.